just read this article in the Houston Chronicle. Hepatitis can be beat, but at a sky-high price. We have right now our new government, the Republican government, is constantly telling us that the free markets are the way to go. The free market will actually solve our problem with our healthcare. Now, this is important what I'm reading. We have a new drug for hepatitis, for fixing hepatitis, that cost on the order of $150 to make. Now, that drug was developed by a university professor and paid for by guess whom? You, the taxpayer. The Institute of Health Institute paid for the development of the drug that is used to cure hepatitis. There is now a cure for hepatitis. What has happened thus far is that drug that cost under $100 to make, that was developed originally with your tax dollars, is now marketed by a company that is now selling that drug called, I think that drug is called Sovaldi, is marketing that for $84,000. In India, that same drug, that same course of treatment that costs $84,000 in the United States of America costs $300 in India. Now, we are being told that we have government takeover of our health care. What I wish for is that we would have government takeover of our health care. I wish that we would get not only single payer, but that we will start helping doctors pay for their schools so that all these costs would be lowered. But this is just a short video to tell you. Look up a drug called Sovaldi, Sovldi, which is used to cure hepatitis. It's a drug that was originally developed at universities by you, the taxpayer, and you are then forced to pay $84,000 for that treatment course that in India they're retailing for $300. So folks, this has nothing to do with government and healthcare. It has everything to do with the free markets terrorizing Americans in the pricing that they're charging to enrich a few. And unless we get that and stop buying into the Republican mantra, and also to some of the corporate Democrats that owe themselves to the pharmaceutical industry, to the hospital industry, and to the insurance industry, they're all complicit. So it is important then that, again, for those who are just coming in now, I'll just repeat this. There's a drug to cure hepatitis. It's been out for a while now. It's been approved by the FDA now. It was developed with your tax dollars, and it was brought to market by a private company thereafter. The professor sold the patent to a big corporation for $11.2 billion for the research that was done under government grants. In other words, the invention of this drug was not by a private company. It was by a professor at a university, Emory, if I remember correctly, and after he developed the drug, to bring it to market, he sold the company, and that company was sold to Gilead for $11.2 billion, and Gilead then started to sell that drug after it was approved for $84,000 a treatment, meaning the full treatment. So folks, here's what you need to do. Every time you hear about government takeover of healthcare, every time you hear about the free markets is what we need to leave for, that we need to leave healthcare to the free markets, please remember this story. Please call your congressman and tell them this story. I'm pretty sure a lot of them honestly don't know about these stories, because we had Culberson asked a whole bunch of questions, and Culberson is as dumb as they get. It's a congressman that doesn't even know about the laws that he's signing, the laws that he's voting for. So please, again, call your congressperson, call your senator, let them be aware that you know that most of the drugs in this country are paid for or developed first in universities. By whom? Paid for by whom? By you. And let them know that you're not going to tolerate the free markets, it's not really the free markets, the capital markets running our healthcare. If it were free markets, things would be a whole lot better, but we don't have any free markets. Thank you so kindly for listening to this, but please, first thing in the morning, call your congressman, call your congresswoman, call your senators. Let them know the markets simply do not work for healthcare. Thank you so kindly.